Hello everyone and welcome back to more When the Night Comes in Chapter 2. Yes, we are back for more, probably for this one last section. I hope it's not like something stupid where it's like, 20 minutes left of gameplay and I just can't, again, gauge just how long chapters are anymore. But anyways, yes, in the last episode, we basically picked up after, our meeting with Omen and introductory to Lunaris. We, of course, transitioned into the next day in Lunaris, and we meet up with our commander, our superior person, and yeah, we met up with them at the office, and then they were. As before we knocked on their door, they were having an argument with Piper. So Augustus was having an argument with Piper about, I guess, her mission and stuff that they assigned her to, and of course she's not happy about it because it's some next petty, some a small, stupid little mission that she doesn't want to waste her time on, but she has to do it because she's been given the mission to do it. So we meet up with Piper and Augustus. Augustus dismissed Piper after telling her that this is your mission, now go do it now. And of course, Piper is just giving us a little wink and nudge and being like, if anything happens, if you need me or anything, remember foot and arse, and I'll be there to do it for you. So yes, so she leaves. Augustus addresses us, and we were trying to get down to business in terms of figuring out what do we know so far about these murder cases. And of course, we have nothing. They basically did not give us any briefing. They just were like, "Yep, you're gonna meet Harry, the big head honcho guy. He's gonna come, and then he's gonna tell us what to do." And we were like, "Okay, fine, sure." So Harry comes, and he's this really chill dude, and he's explaining to us a sort of brief stuff about what they know so far about the murders. So they say that they are hunters that are being targeted so far for all the victims, as well as the fact that they've all been burnt to a crisp, but we don't know anything much more other than, I guess, the time of death, but no other patterns. Well, he didn't want to disclose the patterns of the death, because any more patterns of the death, because he's like, I want to let you look at it in an unbiased eyes. And we were like, okay, fine. So we started off, he suggested that we start off an investigation and like gathering evidence to talk to these these strange occultist twin who lives in the abandoned church area. So we go and we talk to them. I forgot what's her name. I forgot the lady's name, but I know the guy's name is Amorous. Anyways, we go to talk to them, and they are a cult sort of twin who spreading the words of that these creatures that are killing the hunters and the people, they need to be protected and such and so on, and they are the ones who are being they are the ones who's being mistreated. And we're like, okay, all right. And so they've been interviewed before, so what we got was that they had a strong alibi saying that they didn't hear they didn't hear the murder take place that's close by in the graveyard, even though their church is right there. So they're like, oh yeah, we didn't hear anything, and we were inside the entire time. We have a bodyguard. And so that's what the lady was talking more so than her brother, and so we had a sneaking suspicion that her brother might know something, but he's not disclosing it just because he's a little scared of his sister. So we're just thinking, maybe we can probably hopefully try to get him alone just to get more information out of him. So afterwards, we go and investigate in the graveyard again. We run into Finn, our little vampire dude, and we had a little bit of talks. We had talks as well, and then he was saying how he will do anything to help solve these murders because even though he's part of the group of creatures, quote quote, that are killing people, he's like, I am on the side of justice kind of thing, because I have done pretty shitty things, and I will do everything I can in my eternity lifetime to redeem myself kind of thing. So there's that. And then of course we had a flashback. We had this sort of clairvoyance premonition sort of thing going on, where it's like we hear the voice of the dead hunter, but it never happened before. It made us super dizzy and super like, whoa, off balance. And they're just saying, from the voice, is they're just saying how it's impossible to stop them. Go now before they get you too, kind of thing. It's ominous and shit. So we were shaken up, and of course Finn suggests us we go back to Ezra's place to get fixed up, and we knock on Ezra's door, and Ezra's not there. Instead, it's Omen, our little demon friend. So yeah, we're like, okay, well, he said Ezra stepped out for a bit, but he's not sure when he's gonna come back, and so we're just here to like rather question him more so, like we are here then to switch objectives just to question him instead of, I guess, Ezra in this sort of happenstance. But anyways, yes. Oh yeah, we had a little flirt points. We had flirt points with with Piper after she properly introduced herself, kind of the way where she's like, I don't want to give you a bad impression, whereas like I'm temperamental and I'm super emotional when I am a professional, kind of thing. You just caught me at a bad time. So yeah, we had that, and then of course we had a little bit more flirting with Finn as well too, because yeah, we're like, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, that's what basically happened. So here we are. We are in Ezra's shop with Omen because Omen says that every once in a while Ezra will like let him stay over when he doesn't have anywhere to go. So yeah, let's ask him about himself actually, because yeah, we basically, again, he's sort of on the whole forefront or the side of, you know, creatures that people do not really intend on liking all that much because he's a demon. Oh yeah, we ran into what's his name again? What's his name? the werewolf dude. I forgot. It starts with an A. I know that. I forgot his name, but we ran into him as well in town when we were like going around searching for people to interview, and we sort of flirted with him as well because, you know, he's basically just skulking around. We're asking, we want to get to know him a little bit more and stuff and so on. So yeah, we're trying to get chummy with him. Anyways, but back to here where we're supposed to either ask about himself or ask about the murders. And I said I want to ask him about himself. I want to get to know him a little more. He seems like, you know, he seems cute. He seems like a cute kind of guy he says that he just sticks to his own business. He means no harm. And he's a little bit misunderstood just because of what he is. So yes. I don't know much about you, Omen. Where are you from? How long have you been here? Yeah. His eyes widen and pupils dilating, and I see the slightest hint of crimson flickering in chestnut brown. Really? What? I've been here about 2 years. Time passes differently here for me, so it's hard to know for sure. Right, you'd have to ask Ezra, he'll know. Oh, I don't miss the way he so tactfully ignored my question about his origins, but I decide not to press him. Yet. How did you meet Ezra? He lights up at the question, practically bouncing on the spot. He's cute. I met him the day I arrived in the Lunaris. He was the first person I saw, and he took me in without question. Ezra is very kind, it would appear. Yes, because he did the same for us. He nods enthusiastically. He's quite wonderful. Everyone thinks so. Well, what? Well, who doesn't think Ezra is nice? He fidgets, dropping his gaze to his hands, blackened fingers toying with the blue crystal again. The general, August, they don't like him very much, and that makes Ezra sad. Aw, why? August, why don't you like Ezra? Do you know why? Yeah. He shakes his head, biting his lip. No, I didn't want to ask, but Finn says they've known each other a very long time. Oh, okay. Well, then we can have the option of asking him about the murders, which is thank God, because I was like, I want to ask all the questions. Let's ask about the murders now. Do you know much about the recent murders? Yes. Omen passively looks out of the window, a sad look crossing his face. Yes, I know that the humans are upset and that the ones who were killed were hunters. Yes. Ezra seems far more tired and Finn visits him less. Alker, yes, that's his name. Well, Alker is distant. I thought him and I would be good friends, but now I'm not so sure. Well, Alker is a bit of an enigma, I would say. And we've kind of found out a little bit of hints of what his history might be. I think when we asked him if he had any friends in town, he was like, not really, but at the same time he sort of broke and was like, okay, maybe like Ezra is my friend and Finn as well, like I hang out with them and I tolerate them kind of way. And we were like, oh, but where's your pack? I would figure you would have a pack kind of thing. And then he got really cold and stiff and he was like, I don't want to talk about it kind of thing. And we're like, oh, okay, no, sorry. So I figured that he might have been like banished from his pack, just saying. So he sighs a knot in his brow. Everything is different and I don't like it. His eyes light up as he turns to look at me. But now you're here. Okay, I don't know if I can make much of a difference. So everything will be good again. His happiness is infectious and I can't in good conscience lie to him. Right. I hope so, Omen, but it might take a little while, right? Right, yes, I understand that. He fidgets where he stands, gaze falling to the place where I know Ezra's living area is situated. Can I show you something? Yes. Of course you can. Yeah. One moment. Okay, so he's an adorable fella. He dashes through the curtains that separates the front of the shop with the back, reappearing within seconds, clutching a weathered notebook. Here, I keep notes on things I find interesting, mostly humans, but also Finn, Alker, Ezra. He trails off looking wistful. I thought maybe it could help you. If you need to know stuff about certain people, I might have something here. Oh, that's good. Can I borrow it? Is there anything about me? Is there anything about moi? I want to ask. Is there anything about me? You said you write about things that you find interesting? Yeah. That's right. Anything interesting, intriguing, fun. Sometimes things I don't understand, so I can ask someone later. I smile enamored. He's so wonderfully curious, and it's an absolute breath of fresh air. Is there anything about me in there? Yeah. He stutters, holding the book a little tighter. Well, maybe? I raise an eyebrow at him, and he shyly drops his gaze. Yes, there is. My smile grows exponentially, and Omen smiles in return, the color in his cheeks almost matching his shirt. What did you write about me? His tail sways back and forth enthusiastically, curling around his leg. You're putting me on the spot. I'm sorry. As long as it's nice, I don't mind. I offer him a wink and he laughs, the sound charming, almost a giggle. Oh, it's very nice, trust me. I sigh dramatically, watching him watch me. I have a feeling there will be more notes in his book this evening. Well, I guess I'll have to trust you if you're not going to show me. I never say never, Hana. I feel a sudden twang of pain in my temple again, the sensation unpleasant, burning. Hana, are you okay? Oh yes. Omen rushes to my side, the notebook forgotten on the counter. He reaches for me, but he's hesitant. I can feel an impossible warmth radiating off his palm, but he withdraws his hand before he touches me. Oh, yeah, I guess you're a little bit hotter than most people. I'm fine. I really need to find Ezra. Do you have any idea where he could be? I don't know for sure, but he usually goes to the market, the tavern, the catacombs. The catacombs? Why there? He nods, leaning closer. Yes, that's where the vampires are. Oh, okay. He presses his fingers to his lips, a human gesture that looks out of place, practice. I would try the tavern first, though. He did mention he needed a drink. Okay, he likes wine after a busy day in the shop, and today was very busy. Thank you so much, Onwin. I'd better hurry. Yes. I bid him a quick farewell and head back out into the darkness. Nobody attack me, please. Okay, cool. I push my way into the tavern, scanning every table for that shock of white hair, and much to my relief, I see a friendly face. Ezra, there you are. Gosh. He's noticed me already, his hand raised, beckoning me over to where he sits alone in a cozy spot in the corner. His smile is as bright and as wide as I remember, and I take a seat before him. What's up? It's good to see you, Hana. I hope the town hasn't scared you off yet? Nah. I raised an accusatory eyebrow at him, earning a laugh. Well, even if I was scared off, I can't really go anywhere, can I? Ezra smiles softly, but he seems restless. I suppose not, no. What's that like, being bound to do whatever you're told? It's lonely. I quite like it. Kinda gets lonely, to be honest. I don't really know if I like being bound to do what I'm told to do because it's my duty and all. Because sometimes it can lead to be wayward, you know. It's lonely. I contemplate his question for a moment, wondering just how honest I should be. Well, it is quite lonely, especially when you're torn from your previous post and dropped into a weird town full of strangers. And murders, don't forget those. Yeah. He winks, a sparkle in his eyes. And murders, yes. Can't forget those. Well, I'm sorry you have to endure that. Loneliness is a terrible thing. He sits a little straighter, determined. But you shall be lonely no more. We've got you now. We're here for you. Oh, gosh, we? He rolls his eyes playfully, a hand over his heart. You wound me. Yes, we, myself, and Finnegan, Piper, and, well, maybe even August. I laugh as Ezra grimaces at that thought. Really though, you have people here. Some may be dead or just plain stubborn, but you have us. Okay. Thank you, Ezra. That means a lot, right? He shrugs it off, running his finger around the rim of his wine glass. The thing is that we've all been lonely at some point. Some of us always will be lonely, even surrounded by people. But even if there's the smallest chance that you can quell that with good company, then you should take it. He looks up at me, and I wonder how such a human exists. He's kind, and possibly so, and I find it very hard to believe it could ever be an act. So you have friends here, Hana? I guess. The barmaid comes over and rolls her eyes, hand on her hips as she addresses me rather curtly. Drink? Yes. thank you. I'll have what he's having. Whiskey, ale, water. I want to have an ale. Can I have an ale, please? An ale? Yes, ale. Whiskey, water, what he's having. I don't know, it's not really much of a flirt. I like my wine. I like wine. Yeah, let's go for a wine. I'll have what he's having. I gesture at Ezra's half-empty wine glass, the dark liquid looking more than appealing. I'll have the same, please. Yeah. She turns and wanders off with yet another roll of her eyes, and Ezra poorly stifles a laugh. Don't take it personally, that's Edna. She's notoriously, short. Thank you, Edna. Edna grunts, turning on her heel and throwing me a dismissive wave over her shoulder. Case in point. Are you okay? You seem tense. Well, I was actually looking for you. I need to tell you something, but promise me you won't think I'm crazy. You're talking to someone who lives in Lunaris. Try me. True. I take a deep breath and edge closer, checking no one else is listening. I visited the graveyard the day I left your shop to see the crime scene, and I've tried to get a feel of what happened there that night. Ezra leans in, eyes wide. And I really didn't get much then, other than an overwhelming sense of loss, which is, well, quite normal considering. But tonight I went back. Finn was there too, and I felt something different. Different? How exactly? I have a laugh, knowing how ridiculous this sounds, but in my line of work, I suppose it's normal. I heard him, Ezra, the hunter, the one who died. He spoke to me. Ezra's gaze darts around the tavern, and he sits back in his chair, running a hand through his hair. He wipes the look of shock off his face quickly, putting himself to rights. His voice is low when he speaks next, barely a whisper. You're sure it was him? Yep, but can't make this shit up. I nod. Positive, he told me to leave, that there was no hope. Ezra leans forward again, pushing his wine glass aside, placing his hand upon the table, his fingers twitching. What does this mean? Take his hand. I don't think this is the right... I honestly think this is not the right, I don't know if this is the right timing for it. We're talking about some pretty serious shit. Okay, no, I don't think so. I feel I want to flirt with him, but at the same time, it's like I wonder how many people I can flirt with. Like, I kind of want to flirt in a way where it's like I want to have some good repertoire with a good number of people, but like also like at some point I will eventually be flirting with more than one. I will be flirting for one person more than others. So it's like I don't know. Who should I go for, you guys? I have no idea. I don't know. I flirted so far with Omen. I flirted with Finn. I flirted with Piper. I flirted with I flirted with Alker a bit too. So I might lean toward Finn in a way. I don't know. I don't know because Ezra's pretty nice. He's a nice guy, and like I want to get to know him, but I don't know if this is appropriate. Whatever, fuck it. Fuck it. I mirror his movement, placing my hand upon the table beside him, shamelessly needing comfort contact. Ezra doesn't hesitate to take it in his own, his skin warm and soft as he squeezes it tightly. Okay, so he's doing it. Okay, I don't want to he's just putting his hand on the table and then I just I just gonna take it kind of thing. Like that would be really weird. But like if he's doing this and then okay, fine, that's all good. Okay, it's going to be okay. We'll figure this out together. Okay, I exhale sharply, feeling like I've been holding my breath ever since I sat in this chair. Thank you, Ezra. I don't know what I'd do without you, and I've only known you for a few days. It's okay, I'm used to taking care of people. It's my thing, I suppose. Yeah. He softens his expression, drawing gentle, soothing circles on the back of my hand with his thumb. Besides, you're delightful. It's not like it's a chore. Oh, you. His cheeks darken slightly, dusky rose against warm, freckled, dusted russet, and Ezra is impossibly enchanting. Yes, you are, very much so. Oh my god, look at that face. I want to make him blush more. I'm glad you're okay, Hana. I'm here for you always. Do you understand? Yes, I do, and I'm more grateful than you'll ever know. Another squeeze of my hand, and we part reluctantly. Oh, okay. Oh, we got. Okay. We got a little CG here. So far we only got August CG. So yeah. So what now? Yes, what now? Ezra has to laugh, resting his chin on his hand. He looks tired, that bright emerald gaze firmly fixed upon me. He curls his fingers around the stem of his glass, sighing deeply. I don't even know how to unpack this, but I do know that you need to rest. Yes. How's your head? Still hurting. Yeah. Ezra fishes around in his pouch that's attached to his belt, retrieving a small vial full of what looks like an herb or flower. Okay. Here, crush this into some boiling water, and it should help with the headache. Okay, it's just some feverfew and butterbur, completely natural, I promise. I take the vial and tuck it safely in my pocket. Do you have a pharmacy in there? I guess he does. He laughs softly, shaking his head. What kind of witch would I be if I didn't carry around a cure for a migraine? Yes, that's true. I should head back to the shop. I left Omen unattended with the kitchen cupboard unlocked. He'll eat me out of house and home. I did check there before I came here. He'd gone into the suites. Shit. And that's definitely my cue to leave. Now rest. Whatever you experience today, whatever you experience today will still have happened tomorrow. I know what you hunters are like. Okay, yeah. No matter how much of a bossy pants August is, your report can wait until morning. Okay. I smile up at him as he stands. I promise. I'm drained. I'm drained. I need my bed more than ever now. Plus, I need to decide how to put all this into words. That changed everything for me, didn't it? Yes, I'm afraid it did. He sighs deeply, resting a hand upon my shoulder. Be mindful of who you share this information with, okay? There are eyes and ears everywhere. Good night, Hana. Okay, wow. Good night, Ezra. I stare out of the window and I spot the first snowflakes falling from a star-dusted sky. Wow, it's snowing? Winter has arrived in Lunaris. Okay, winter has come. My headache is persistent as I lay in bed, but nothing can possibly stop me from falling asleep after the day I've had. I didn't even get my drink from Edna. Edna? You let me down, girl. I finish the tea that I made with the flowers Ezra gave me, hoping that it begins to take effect. I close my eyes, but just before I drift off, a distant whisper. Oh no. My name was James. Okay. Ah, shit! That was the end of chapter 2! Okay. But we don't know who James is, though. I don't know who this James person is. Anyways, god damn it, I had a feeling. I just had a sneaking feeling. Dang it. Okay. Anyways, there we go. When the night comes, that's chapter 2. That's the rest of it. I sort of, in a way, yeah, okay. It sort of made sense because we did kind of go through meeting up with everybody for a second time around with this whole flirt points thing, and for the most part we did meet up with like a majority of the people. So like 4 of the 6 people we met up and we were able to flirt with, and then of course the last 2 remaining were just Ezra and Omen. So yeah, okay, well, whatever. Anyways, this story is still very, very much intriguing. We got new characters introduced, which means that we've got more interrogations to do because we don't really know much about them. They've got lots of secrets to hide. The twins, the Witch twins is what I'm talking about. But anyways, regardless, and also the information about how like we can sort of, clairvoyance, sort of like we can speak to the dead is a thing now too. And this person's name is James. So I don't know who. I swear we had a name. No, we didn't. We only, when we met up with Augustus and with Harry and how, they were talking about the latest murder victim, they only gave a gender, a rank, and an age, I believe. We didn't get a name. So perhaps this is the guy's name, James. So perhaps he's of significance. Who knows? We'll find out in the next chapter. But even then, regardless, guys, comment down in the section below who the hell should I go for in terms of romancing, since this whole flirting points is coming into effect. So in the later chapters, just like, tell me who I should go for. So far, I think with the flow of the conversation and with the flow of the story, I flirted with everybody besides Augustus because I feel like it's too, I don't know, early for us, it's brazen of us to be flirting outright with our superior. Like, again, it's just that whole like work thing. I don't know. I just feel like the flow of the story, the flow of the conversation wasn't appropriate in the setting. So I took to flirting with everybody else. So there it is. There are your options. But I can always come back. I'm pretty sure August would show up at some point, and then I can again try to flirt with him a little more, perhaps in a more natural setting. But other than that, yeah, it's all fair game right now. So feel free to comment who you want me to go for. And tune in next time for chapter 3. I'm super excited. Again, if you guys really want to support, really want to follow this game, be sure to follow their Tumblr, their Twitter, their Patreon. Support, and if you want to support them, then feel free to donate. However amount that you wish to donate for them, any little bit will go a long way for sure. So feel free to do that. And then yeah, so tune in next time for chapter 3. I'm super excited again, but until then, I'll see you guys in my little let's play. But for now, bye! Oh yeah, just so you guys, I forgot to totally mention this, but just so you guys know, I feel like I might not want to do all choices per chapter as I have been doing for, I guess, To the Edge of the Sky, just because again, I feel like there are points to be had in terms of romancing the characters. So I feel like I shouldn't dabble in too much of it until like the very end of the game, and then of course we can definitely, because again, if it's like how it's set up visually, like visual novel ultimate style kind of thing, where it's like each character has different routes, has different stories, and has different divergent paths depending on who you go for. So I feel like it would be a little like too overbearing, too much, and to go for all the choices there for all the characters in that sort of sense at the same time, and to me it sort of ruins the flow of the story, because either way, once all the chapters are released and I get done with my first route person, then of course I'm gonna still come back to this game regardless. So it's like I'm not gonna probably do all choices for any of the chapters, I believe. Just so you guys know, because I know you guys are used to seeing me doing that regardless, because I have been doing it for To the Edge of the Sky, but I feel like To the Edge of the Sky, it's like, I don't know, it's like there's no indefinite path of romancing or having character romances. It's more so the flow of the story is more important kind of thing, where it's like the story and the plot is more important rather than the romantic aspect, as well as like just the romantic aspects of the game, the characters. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, because I know relationship with the characters is important because you're trying to get backstories and you're trying to like build some connections with the characters, but like it's not leading or it's not emphasized in a romantic aspect. So therefore I can always go back and see and talk to other characters with the other choices to get more information about them and about the story. So that's why it didn't matter. But here, since there is romance involved, or even not even romance involved, but like again, it's like I need to choose. Like my choices affect who I go with, and so to do them all, it's like it's gonna be a lot. So yeah, that's why I'm not gonna do any all choices chapter so far, and for this game, just so you know. So that's it. That's what I forgot. So yeah, that's all I need to say. Okay, bye.